Hi YouTube. I wanted to film a video today on slugs because I know so many people are having issues with slugs this spring because it has been so wet. I have dealt with them since I moved to this property a few years ago because we have a huge slug population, probably because of all of our woods. So I have found a few things that work really well and one thing to avoid, which is mulching in the spring. I know mulching has so many benefits. But I found last year I mulched half of my garden and just hadn't gotten to the other half, and the part that had the mulch had probably double the amount of slug issues. So I've just decided to wait past the spring to do all of my mulching on my beds. The three methods that work really well. The first is oranges. You can just use the orange peel. They love that, so we just save our orange peels. Or really any citrus. I just use oranges because my kids eat so many of them. So although lemons and limes I have found don't really do the trick, but oranges, probably other citrus would be fine. But just put the orange peel right next to the plant. You'll read a lot of places that says put it away from the plant because you're ultimately baiting the slugs away from your plant, but I have found that if you put it away from the plant that they'll go to both places versus if you put it right next to the plant, then they just prefer the orange over your plant. The second method would be beer traps. I cut solo cups. Any kind of shallow dish would be fine. Pour beer into them and then it baits them into there and it does kill them. So that's the benefit of doing those versus the oranges. But in a garden, if you have a big garden, it's just harder to put that many beer traps out because you do have to have multiple of them. And then the last method, which probably is the most bulletproof, would be copper. Now, I don't do a whole lot of it because I would have to buy so many chore boys. I use those little scrubby chore boys. But I do use this on like little sprouts that either slugs love or little sprouts that I just really don't want to lose. So I just lengthen the chore boy out, put it around the plant, usually put a little piece of mulch to hold it into place. And that's pretty bulletproof. They do not go past the copper. And there is one more method that I have not tried that I would love to try hopefully this summer. That is chickens, because they will decrease the population. Obviously you don't want to put them in your garden with all of your plants, but early spring, late fall, after your plants are gone, they will decrease the slug population. So hopefully we'll try that this year. But I'll take you around and I'll show you kind of how I do it exactly and whatnot. Okay, so here is how I do the chore boy. You can't really see the mulch right over here, but I have it kind of in place to hold it there. And the parsley has been just fine. I actually planted some parsley before this one that did not make it because without the copper they will eat it in one night. You will see that after a while that copper kind of starts to disintegrate, so I just do it until the plant gets big enough and then I take it off so that it's not like disintegrating in my soil. And then here is one of the beer traps. So you'll see how well it worked. It wasn't even really that wet last night, but we still got quite a few. And then let's see if I can find a good orange slice to show you. Let's see, so these are turnips and they love my turnips. So let's see, here's the orange slice. I just put it right next to the plants and then that way hopefully they prefer the orange slices over my plants. And that's it. It's really pretty simple. Good luck.